In case you guys are tuning in, I just want to say we're doing a live stream. Me and RJ Adonis. I have a channel up here. Make sure to go check them out and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. I'd greatly appreciate that. RJ Adonis is another fellow SafeMoon YouTuber here, and I love. Wait, someone says turn the volume. It's low. Oh, okay. Hey, RJ, say something real quickly.
Testing, testing.
All right, keep talking again. Just
testing.
okay. Yeah, is the volume good? RJ is super low. Okay, I think I fixed. That was my mistake on my end. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, on my OBS, I have everything on green, so I had to dial me and you back. So it might be on your settings.
Yeah, it's definitely. All right, how it sounds now?
Oh God. testing.
Right. We're good now, Chad. Is everything good? I think we got the right levels. RJ's good for him, but RJ's louder than ours. That sounds great. Okay. Great.
All right, perfect. Technology, let's go.
All right. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, first of all. Thank you to everybody being here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to go over to RJ. I put his link in the description to his channel. Definitely check him out. Definitely hit the subscribe button. A fellow SafeMoon YouTuber. And this is what I like. I like, and I know RJ, we talked about this. We both like YouTubers talking, working together, and I think it's great for SafeMoon to let everybody know, because we're not only being watched by the SafeMoon holders, we're being watched by the fudsters, and they're coming in, these motherfuckers, and they're coming in, and they're trying to figure out what if YouTubers don't like each other, to use that against SafeMoon. They love doing anything they can to use it against SafeMoon, and yeah, no, it's definitely weird. Anything you want to say, RJ?
No, absolutely. I mean, yeah, a lot of the fudsters definitely look around and they search for stuff like that. And I've addressed it several times in my comments, right? I absolutely love every single content creator out there because I love what they're doing, and I love that they're putting themselves out there and doing stuff like that. We might not always necessarily agree on everything, but I mean, we're adults here. We can respect each other's opinions and decisions. You know, we don't have to go into battle because we disagree with something. So I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. And that's the thing. I think that as SafeMoon evolves, that's evolving with the community. I think there's definitely, some YouTubers out there that might not want to talk or whatever, and that's fine. As long as they don't come at us, me, RJ, anyone, that is, we're going to continue doing what we're doing, because we're, at the end of the day, we're just guys who really love SafeMoon. And our story's almost the same, RJ. I heard your story the other day, how you got involved in SafeMoon, and I have such a similar story. It's absolutely crazy, but it's it's the enthusiasm and love of SafeMoon.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone has a story on how they started SafeMoon. Yours and mine is definitely similar. And I mean, I first got started into Dogecoin, which is hilarious. It was the best coin for me to kind of get my feet wet. It was fun to hold. There was no stress. And then I got it at like 4 cents or something like that. Then it started popping off, and I was like, what is this? And I saw a comma in my wallet after I put in like $100 worth of Dogecoin at 4 cents. And, that thing led to something else. And I was like, what is this crypto space? Now that I'm seeing commas in my wallets, let's see what else is out there. And I, ran into SafeMoon, kind of did my research. I was like, this is kind of fresh. And so I kind of put in $50 in there, got a couple million tokens. And from there, it just absolutely snowballed, right? I was like, what is this? What is tokenomics? What is this? I was fresh into crypto. And the only outlet I had was my girlfriend. I was like, Brandy, listen, I don't know, you have glossy eyes, but I'm just going to keep telling you about SafeMoon. And she was so respectful. I love her so much. But she was like, listen, you really, truly need a better outlet other than myself, because I don't know what the heck you're talking about. And I was like, I got you. And so she's like, just go ahead and start doing some, YouTube channels and some YouTube content. I was like, all right, let's go ahead and do that. And so I used YouTube as a true outlet to kind of just talk about SafeMoon. And I mean, fast forward to now, here we are. It's just really crazy, honestly, that I'm even here talking on the same video with you. So
Nah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's the same thing. We're both regular guys that were so enthusiastic, and I had the same thing. I told my wife, and I was like, "Go make a YouTube channel, leave me alone," and and yet, it's we're here, and I love that. I love that the passion, love of something can bring us to where we are, where we're creating YouTube channels, and it's the community's coming around and growing, and it's absolutely amazing. It's definitely something that it's something that you don't expect, but you're glad it happened.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And I love having an outlet and an awesome community to talk about it because, other than that, my girlfriend, I'm pretty sure, would have just lost her mind as I continue to talk about SafeMoon.
So, one thing you talk about is the J curve. I heard it before as well. Um, can you explain the J curve for anyone that might not know it?
Yeah. So the crypto J curve is very interesting, right? I think there's like a super simple Google picture out there on like what a successful crypto goes through in terms of the chart analysis. And phase one normally is like your initial ICO. There's a bunch of hype, people buy in, it's fresh, it's shiny, and then people take their profits, and then it kind of dies down, right? Phase two is kind of like where all the hype has died down and people are the developers are, if it's not a scam coin, of course, they're pushing to develop other products for utilities. And so that's where we kind of have a down moment. If you look at Bitcoin, if you look at Ethereum, if you look at Cardano, every single one follows this crypto J curve. And somewhere in there, once they launch those products, we're now in phase three, right? And phase three is where it absolutely just kind of goes parabolic and it goes to the moon, and then people's lives are absolutely changed. So in my honest opinion, we are on phase two as the developers are starting to kind of create these products to launch for us, starting with the wallet. Then we have all these other products coming out, such as the exchange, and then November we have the podcast. December is like the big kahuna with the blockchain. So I think we are in phase two, and it's only a matter of time until we reach phase three. How long do you think we'll reach phase three?
See, that's. I mean, I think that um, that's a hard question because there's so many things that can really launch us from the blockchain, the exchange. We still don't even know about other products because I'm working on products behind the scenes. And I would have to say, if I had to choose one moment that will put us to a point where everyone's like, okay, this is, or even Binance is like, we got to take these people seriously. Because I think Binance kind of played us and then went from playing us to, okay, we got to take these people seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think what the point that will launch us, if I had to guess, would probably be I would say the exchange because of cryptonomics. I want to see the blockchain. I'm really excited about the blockchain. The exchange offers so much for the community, and it's not only just for us though; it's for other communities, and I think that's going to set the ground for work for SafeMoon with other cryptos because we have cryptonomics. So we'll have other communities coming and going, we're with you, and then we just grow even more so. Where you had like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they were doing not bad, and they definitely had that growth with the communities. I think with cryptonomics, SafeMoon can have that exponential growth. But what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. The exchange is going to be insane. It's going to be insane because we're going to start to list other cryptos in there. Other cryptos are going to want a part and a piece of it. And with SafeMoon trying to utilize cryptonomics, it's going to be insane. I mean, imagine holding other tokens, other coins in there, and you're getting reflections because of SafeMoon's what they call it, cryptonomics, right? I mean, if I hold Doge and all of a sudden I'm getting reflections on Doge, I mean, I just can't even fathom where the heck this is going. But I really truly believe in my very core, I'm trying to stay as calm as I can, but I'm so hyped right now. I feel like lives are going to change, and I really just feel like it'll just be a matter of time, and people just need to weather the storm. That's the most difficult thing in all this, and being an investor, that's the most difficult part, is honing your emotions, because you and I especially are exposed to all the noise, right? It's very difficult to kind of just keep your emotions in check, but with all the futters out there, with all the drama going on, it's difficult. But I feel like SafeMoon is just a matter of time, and we're gonna absolutely explode. You and we're gonna be partying. I think you said you had plans for a mansion.
Absolutely.
We're gonna host a party in Atlantis with our yachts. Everyone's welcome. I mean, I'm just so excited, man. It's just honestly a matter of time.
Absolutely. And the thing is, once again, everyone likes to point out something negative for the day. And I always do like that because that's what it is. It's negative for the day, or maybe even 2 3 days. But the thing is, like, negativity for the day is negated by the result at the end, which is an exchange, a blockchains, working with multiple cryptos, SafeMoon blowing up, all the holders. We're still in the beginning, and there's going to be so many more holders coming in asking questions. And we're going to be there to answer the question. We're going to be there to hang out, have a good time. We're all going to be in this together. And I love the idea of us being here right now compared to where we're going to be in the future. Because where we are right now is just the beginning. The
Hmm.
future, I future is going to be so different that we're going to remember this time right now that we're in today, yesterday, tomorrow, as the times when it really challenged those who wanted to hold, who were diamond hands, not the paper hands, who were going, I don't know what should I do. No, 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 no. You don't need to question the end result of success ever. You just
Right.
gotta stick with it. And I think that as time goes on, we're gonna get stronger diamond hands in this community. And whenever some little BS drama comes through, it's gonna be they're gonna say it and they go, okay, and push it aside, and we're gonna continue going. Because we're getting battle hardened every single time this drama stuff happens, to the point where we're almost numb to it, and we just don't care as much as we used to.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I mean, we see the FUD, we see all this, and it's just like, oh, okay, it just kind of just like reflects off of our own battle hardened armor, and we're just like, that's cool. What's next? You know, what's all the positive stuff going on with SafeMoon? That FUD was nothing. Kind of just shoo it away, flick it off your shoulder, unaffected.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it just like I said, I'm so excited, like you are, just to see everything slowly unfold. It's not gonna unfold immediately. We're not gonna be millionaires tomorrow. No one
Correct.
ever said that. No one will.
Correct.
But what's gonna unfold slowly for us is gonna be such an amazing experience. And listen. If we were in 2011, even sooner than that, you'd be RJ Adonis Bitcoin. I'd be Bitcoin Joe,
Mm-hmm.
and we would still be the same thing because we see the potential. And right now with SafeMoon, you saw it, I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
We were so inspired to create content on YouTube and build it and have a community that's already there, but have them, create that conversation where we are just so excited because we see what's happening. We know what's gonna happen. People are questioning it, and I understand it's always okay to question, but for us, listen, my only question is how when are we going to be like what's going to come out to make us more successful? What's going to happen with the exchange, the wallet, and the blockchain, and everything else? And I think that for us, all of us, I think that's gonna what's going to be creating just such a great atmosphere as time goes on.
Yeah, and that's something I definitely wanted to touch on, right? Especially the fudsters love targeting this specific point is people need to take a step backwards and put yourselves outside the circle for a second and really look at SafeMoon. They launched in March. People, especially fudders, are like, oh, where's SafeMoon? They're dead now. Oh, they missed the wallet launch. Guys, they launched in March. I mean, look at all the other cryptos that have matured. It took them years to mature, right? SafeMoon it isn't even a month old yet. People need to really grasp that and understand that because it takes time for these things. Like you said, no one expected to be millionaires tomorrow. We didn't put in our own money and expect it to be swimming on yachts and on mansions tomorrow. These things always take time. And if you look at all the other matured cryptos such as Bitcoin, Cardano, Dogecoin, Ethereum, these things always started at phase one, right? And then they died down and then they exploded. And that's where I believe we are in phase two, and it is just a matter of time, and then it's going to explode, and then you and I will still be creating content, I believe, because this is something I'm super
Mhm.
passionate about. Just because SafeMoon exploded to a penny, 2 cents, 3 cents, I'm not going to stop creating it because it's something I'm passionate about, right? So,
Absolutely. I mean, I was joking around. I was actually doing a Twitter space last night. I was joking around saying, "Hey, listen, if I'm in a mansion, I still want to create content because I enjoy all this right now, right here with you, RJ,
agreed.
and within community with everybody. I enjoy this, and I love the fact that I love the fact that we are people who are just passionate. And when you get passionate people, whether it's millionaires or whatever, we're still here because we want to be. And I
Correct.
feel like that's what John actually said about people within the team. He goes, he said, I want people who are here because they want to be here for SafeMoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that stands true with everybody within this community.
Correct. Correct. I mean, with John's leadership, I mean, I really feel like he is truly, he bleeds SafeMoon, right? We've seen his actions. His actions speak very loud. He's not just there. I mean, he's Joe. He's cleaning house, right? I mean, anyone that doesn't share this vision, he's cleaning house right now, and it's that's something I kind of wanted to touch on with all this stuff leading into where we are today from where we started in March. I mean, I wanted to kind of pick your brain on what your take is with all this. Is this for the better, you think? With John leading and Jack leaving and Hank leaving. I said John leading. It kind of sounded like leaving. It's all like it all sounds together there. John leading. I need to enunciate better. But I just kind of wanted to pick your brain with that. And now, obviously, with the latest SafeMoon dev leaving, what's your take on all this?
Yeah, I think that. So I was looking at Ethereum earlier, and I was actually looking at the whole way it was done. They initially met up 8 guys, and I think it was like a log cabin and whatnot to talk about Ethereum, to really start Ethereum. 8 people
Yep.
were the original foundation, and
Yep.
one person stood after 8 people.
Yep.
And everyone supports each other, but everyone's doing their own thing. And I think with how SafeMoon is, we already see people that leave still turn around and support SafeMoon.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing something else, and they might disagree. It might come down to something as simple as, I think you should wait a month. I think we should add this person. I think we should do this or that. And a simple disagreement doesn't mean people have to hate SafeMoon, because they don't. It means that, once again, from my perspective, by John saying, "Hey, listen, here's my vision. Here's what I want. I lined it up. And I want people to stay with me, but I'm not gonna force you to stay with me and stay with SafeMoon." And I think there are people that might disagree with the timeline or the that line itself in general, or might find it'd be hard to work at SafeMoon for whatever reason. We really don't know. And I still think that as long as we stick to the timeline that John pointed out, or anyone for that matter points out, any right timeline that shows SafeMoon and the products and all that stuff, I'm with. I mean, like I said it before. I'll say, I'm here for SafeMoon, and I hope everyone stays. I would like everyone to stay, because I hate change, but change is inevitable. And once the change
Correct.
happens, only thing we can do is move forward with what we have, and that's the new people, a new CTO, or maybe potentially a new person filling in anyone's spot. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see the new stuff come out for SafeMoon, because SafeMoon is continuing to change and evolve, and I love it. I'm really excited to see what can be done of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we're looking at, if we were to try and project where SafeMoon is headed, which is obviously going to be a big tech company in the DeFi space, and we were to treat SafeMoon as a big tech company, if we look at other comparables, down the road, other tech companies that have matured, such as Apple, such as Amazon. I mean, these are kind of big companies I'm talking about, but this is where SafeMoon wants to go, right? They're trying to innovate and change the world and change the DeFi space. And if they're doing that, sorry if you hear my dog drinking water.
Oh,
That's
okay.
She loves to do that every single time I'm either recording or going live. She just loves to drink and eat right when I'm doing it. But with SafeMoon trying to go into a new space and take over that space, if we look at other companies like Amazon, if we look at other companies like Apple, I mean, Steve Jobs passing away, that affected Apple, but it didn't change the core fundamentals of what Apple's trying to do. Same thing with Amazon. We've now heard that Jeff Bezos is leaving, he's stepping down as CEO, but that doesn't change the core fundamentals of Amazon as a whole, right? Now, if we're talking about SafeMoon and where SafeMoon is headed, the teams will eventually, it's inevitable, the internal teams will change. There's going to be a reorg. But with all that, as long as the core fundamentals of SafeMoon doesn't change, and this is what they're trying to do, we are in it, like you said, for the project of SafeMoon, right? It's cool to see the leaders in there, but leaders eventually phase out. They either shift, they find something better, they want to retire. And as long as the fundamentals of SafeMoon doesn't change, I'm in it for SafeMoon.
Absolutely. No, I agree. I mean, that's and that's the thing that I appreciate the work from the team. I mean, same with Howland. I mean, this guy is a machine. I don't know what he does, or what he does to keep focus, but whatever he does, it's working, because he's constantly releasing new updates. He's
Yeah.
constantly in contact with the community. And I mean, I told everybody a couple of days ago, I hit him up around 4:30 in the morning to ask a question. Immediately answered me. I'm like, "What are you doing awake?"
Dude is an
Like,
absolute monster for sure.
yeah, it's amazing to see someone like that, to not only respond, which I love the communication, and a long time ago, SafeMoon had the communication wasn't as good as it is now. But not just to respond, but to respond and to really show that he cares about what he's working on and he's focused. And that's something that I'm really I appreciate from him more than anybody. And I know everyone's really appreciative, but I've seen so many things from this guy. Even from day one, I said this guy's gonna. I was so even when back when he was doing YouTube videos, I said this guy's he knows his stuff. He's focused,
Yep.
and I really liked him a lot. Right off the gate, because I really I enjoy his content. I enjoy the kind of person he is.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely some people out there on social media when he first got brought into the SafeMoon team. Everyone's like, man, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy. But I think now with all the products he's successfully released, all the updates, all the communication, transparent communication he's sending, I think, he's definitely put a mark on SafeMoon, and it's something we definitely needed. And I absolutely respect, the Hound and Ryan and what he does for SafeMoon. And like you said, he's an absolute beast. Just working, looks like he really wants this to succeed, and his work ethic and his work shows it, right?
Oh yeah, he's great, and I hope SafeMoon hires more SafeMoon hounds because this guy he's doing such a great job. Everyone looks at him and everyone's like, "Wow, we need more of you."
Exactly. We need more SafeMoon hounds working with SafeMoon, doing the exact same thing he is. If we could just clone him, that would be super fire. 100%. But speaking of actually like hiring and stuff, what are your thoughts on the new expansion with the headquarters in Utah?
Oh, I'm really excited to see the headquarters in Utah. I told everybody I would love to do like a trip where everyone goes down. YouTube's everybody, if they allow us, of course. I'm not trying to break and enter, but if they allow us to go down, we all take a trip, and I would love to like do like a video vlog of it, upload cool videos, give updates of where we are, and traveling and meeting new holders as we go, going there and seeing seeing SafeMoon team and talking with them, and I think it'd be really fun. Um, for everyone out there to see physically SafeMoon and the SafeMoon headquarters, because once again, here are things that Erica was looking at, going, "Wow, they're gonna have a headquarters," and we're like, "Oh yeah, we're having a headquarters." Besides all this amazing stuff, we're gonna have a headquarters in a building, and that's up. We're actually it's gonna be our building and all that stuff. But yeah, we're having that, and
Yep.
to go and show that, oh, I would love to show what SafeMoon is doing. And once again, it's so mind blowing because it's in our debut year that this is happening. We haven't even begun a long run yet. Debut year, we're knocking things out of the park, and the headquarters is just one of many other things. And I'm excited. I'm really pumped about it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, not to invite myself, but I'd absolutely be down to do a SafeMoon trip over there. I think that would be a crazy filming content, and it'd be awesome to meet people, meet you, and I would be 100% down for something like that if we took a road trip over to the SafeMoon HQ, if we're allowed, of course. Even if there's like a guard in the gate, right? We could stand in front of him. That'd be cool. We can kind of see SafeMoon behind the guard. Look, everyone, I'd be totally down for that.
Yeah, I would love to eat. I mean, I don't know, who would be there, that person within the dev team there. It'd be cool that we can meet the Fud Hound there, and then we could do like a walkthrough. I mean, that's just me. But I don't want to put none of them on the spot, but like that would be so ideal. How cool would that be? We walk in, we see the Fud Hound, we're like, he's under SafeMoon Hound. He's like, "Hey, you ready?" And we're like, "Yeah." And we go and we hang out. I would love this to talk with everybody and get to physically meet them and walk around and talk with them. All me, them, all the other YouTubers, of course,
Hmm.
and we just hang out and we get to know each other. Because I mean, I told everybody we're gonna be here for a long time. We're in this for the long haul, and I'm creating content. RJ, I know you're creating content. Like I said, guys, you haven't checked the channel out, click on the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to my buddy RJ, phenomenal YouTuber. Check out his content, and I would love to see, everyone as a community grow together and to have this done. That'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hilarious that you say something like that, because there's this there's this YouTuber that I used to watch. His name is Andy Sly, and he used to do Tesla Model 3 reviews. When he got his first Model 3, all he did was kind of drive his Model 3 around, review his Model 3 around, and all of a sudden his channel blew up, kind of like what yours is doing, and all of a sudden he started getting exclusive invites to Tesla events. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it can happen. The crazy thing with the world is anything can happen, Joe. Like, if the SafeMoon headquarters like expands, it explodes, and all of a sudden you're getting random invites, exclusive invites to the HQ. It can happen. That's how crazy this is. Andy Sly from YouTube, when he was doing Model 3 reviews, he said it straight up. He's like, guys, I was just enjoying my Model 3, enjoying the passion of it, and all of a sudden the channel blew up and I'm getting invites to Tesla. I mean, if we put that to a one-to-one situation with SafeMoon being brand new and they're expanding, they're building out, and all of a sudden it explodes, you know, their headquarters is in Utah. Some simple content creators like you and myself just could randomly get invites over to headquarters, man. I'm telling you, anything can happen. It's so crazy.
I would love that. How cool would that be? Us hanging out, having a good time, and once again, it's creating content as well. So for those that might not be able to make it to Utah, because you know people might have work,
Sure.
we could record and have that video so they can sit back and watch and see what's happening, and that'd be absolutely amazing. I wanted to ask you, not long ago, you created a GoFundMe, and it was about building an orphanage.
Yes.
And how much did you raise? How did that go?
Man, listen, this was super crazy, and first and foremost, like, I wanted to obviously thank everyone that participated in that, because I just wanted to do something fun, right? When I created this channel, I had a couple of things in mind. I wanted to use the platform to express a lot of the things that I'm passionate about. First and foremost, that's SafeMoon. Secondly, I want to, you know, kind of branch and do other things, like other things that I have a fiery passion for, such as financial freedom, because, you know, that's just stuff they don't teach us in school. They teach us that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? But there's other things out there that I want to teach people. And with that being said, I want to also use the platform to do a lot of good, right? If I have a following, I would love to be able to use that power to do a lot of good. And so I created a GoFundMe when I had, like, I don't know, like 3,000, 4,000 subscribers or something like that. And I was able to raise like 3,100, I think it was just shy of $3,200 with my little bitty channel. And I was so happy. I was like geeking out all over the place. I was so scared that we wouldn't even have enough to build one home. But what ended up happening is we had enough to build 5. And because we had enough to build 5 homes over in Uganda, the coordinator reached out to me and said, you actually qualify to build an orphanage. Would you want to build an orphanage? And I obviously didn't want to make the executive decision to do that, because it's everyone else's money, right? That kind of donated. So I put out a poll, and everyone almost unanimously voted an orphanage. So we're now in the midst of building the orphanage over in Uganda. They did say it takes like 6 to 8 weeks for the orphanage to be built. They already have one, and they're building kind of like a second orphanage to connect it. So it's super awesome. We did a lot of really good work there, and I think if you and I can combine our powers for the future, I think you and I can really do some really insane, incredible work and give back to the community and an organization or a nonprofit that we choose.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm trying to eat but do it low key. But no, absolutely. I agree. I think that's when I really found out about you was through the orphanage. Well, through this, I found out. I kind of knew about you here and there, but I wasn't fully for sure. And then when I heard about people were putting in my comments, hey, check out RJ, check out what he's doing. And the minute I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, whatever I can do to help. And I remember doing a video and showing everybody. I'm like, guys, please.
Yeah, man, that was the first time I was like, OMG, SafeMoon Joe just freaking put me in his video. That was super cool. So I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for that.
No, I mean you absolutely not. I mean, I really loved the idea and how it blew up, and how just by saying, hey guys, I mean, I was jealous about how smart that idea was. I'm like, man, because as a content creator, we're always changing and evolving and learning to do cool things. And that was such a cool thing that was so great for everybody. And man, I just, to even mention it, I mean, I'm happy and honored to even at least say, hey, check this out, everybody. Absolutely, like, it was absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely, there was some logistical hurdles that I had to overcome, because if you check out 168 Million, the website, they are a Dutch company, and so the whole website is in Dutch, right? But I still shot an email to them. I was saying, hey, is there anyone that can honestly possibly speak English and that can work with me, because I want to do something for the community and stuff like that. And they Pamela was the one that replied to me, and she spoke English, so that I do have a representative over there if we want to do something like that again, or if we want to do something over here local to the U.S. and stuff like that. I mean, it is definitely something I'm also passionate about. I love giving back, and I think you and I together we can like I said do some incredible work. So that'd be something very, very fun for the future.
Hey, let me know. I would love to do it. I absolutely would love to do it. I mean, the ideas, all that. Like, I'm always for something and changing the world and doing something like that. Like that, I was so excited when I heard about that. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
What
Heck
an
yeah, that's awesome.
amazing idea. So, everybody in the comments section, I was gonna do a put this on the Discord chat and talk to people. If you, I'm like a little bit worried. If you want to do that, we could try having people on Discord chat.
Oh, I don't.
Actually, you know what? You know what? If you guys wanna do, should we do Discord? Should we do the Discord chat, or you want to do YouTube chat to talk to everybody and just to get some like a Q&A?
Yeah, we could just do YouTube chat if everyone's already in there. We don't need to transfer everyone. We could just do YouTube chat and we'll go from there.
So if everyone watching, if you have any questions at all, comment them down below and let us know, and we would love to answer them. Let's get some women involved. How about Crypto Dev? Crypto Dev's a great person. I actually talked to Crypto Dev. Crypto Dev not too long ago a little bit. I think she's a great content creator. She's a great person. Hey, if you guys have any questions, please comment them down below. I greatly appreciate it. I know that everyone's all excited and has a lot of ideas for SafeMoon and questions what could be done of SafeMoon, but the potential is there, and it's always been there, and it's always growing, and SafeMoon itself is always growing. Brian says, what are you and RJ's opinion about the hard fork? Possible reverse split. If I am a novice with it all, but keep reading on negativity on Twitter and Facebook about it. You want to answer that?
Sure. I mean, so I don't know how much you know about a hard fork, but it is something that I was able to do like some brief research on. A hard fork is pretty much like, so let's say I actually have it pulled up here. So this is from Investopedia. A hard fork, as it relates to blockchain technology, is a radical change to a network's protocol that invalidates blocks and transactions as valid or vice versa. Meaning, so if I were to take what we are right now, we are on Binance's blockchain, right? So when we start to create our own blockchain and we release our own blockchain, we absolutely have to do a hard fork because we have to nullify and make the other transactions invalid, which was on Binance's blockchain. Meaning we need to make the new SafeMoon blockchain active and the old one invalid. And so it is something that absolutely needs to happen because there's no other way to transition from Binance's blockchain over to SafeMoon's blockchain without a hard fork.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think a hard fork reverse split were things that people didn't want to hear in the beginning. It was rumored that was going to happen, and then I think that rumor was kind of quelled down for a bit. And recently we heard about a hard fork that's almost inevitable at this point. And if once again it's change and people don't want to deal with change, nobody wants to see, being in a Billy Club, Billy and SafeMoon,
For sure.
go down lower, and everyone's really worried about that and scared about that. But that doesn't change the overall goal of what SafeMoon is about. That doesn't change the overall goal of what you put in, the value of what you put in. You're not losing. The numbers are going down, but you're not losing the value of what you put in and the value of what you have currently with SafeMoon.
Yeah.
I think everyone's skeptical with change. Once we have that acceptance of whatever the hard fork might be, we're just going to continue from there. There's going to be new videos coming out from content creators and everybody in communities talking about new ideas and is it called Millie Club or what have you. There's gonna be new things coming out that's gonna really change it up, but it's not. I don't see it as a negative. I see it as something that's gonna add more to the community.
Correct. And the hard fork is, I'm not an expert, right? Like I said, I just did my own kind of brief research on it. The hard fork should be separate from the reverse split. The hard fork is enabling us to move from one blockchain to another, and the reverse split is lowering our count, our circulating supply. And I think that that's happening because it's just purely for aesthetic purposes, right? When we carry over to our new SafeMoon blockchain away from Binance's blockchain, we don't want to have trillions and trillions of tokens flying out there, right? It just doesn't look aesthetically good. If we take a look at Ethereum, if we take a look at Bitcoins, they're in the billions, right? And so aesthetically, I think it makes sense to do a reverse split and lower the circulating supply. But like you said, the most important thing that people need to know here is we're doing a reverse split does not affect the actual value of your wallet. So if you have $2,000, $50, $100 worth of SafeMoon, when the reverse split happens, you will still have that same amount in there. It's not going to cut your current wallet.
Absolutely. Someone super chatted. Super Lahara Super says, "Who's that guy? What he wants to do for SafeMoon?" For anyone who doesn't know, this is RJ Adonis, another fellow SafeMoon content creator. And I think it's great to go over channel, subscribe. I watch the channel. I'm subscribed to him. As you guys can tell, I love his content, and I think it'd be great if you guys want to go check him out and see what he has, because he's a great content creator. And if you guys are looking for another content creator who is enthusiastic about SafeMoon, loves SafeMoon, RJ is definitely your guy. And it's great to talk to somebody that is also just pumped and excited about the future of SafeMoon, as I am. So I that's why maybe subscribe to his channel. I think you guys will like his channel as well.
Thank you so much.
Someone also said, okay, when do you think the burn will stop? Reflection will go crazy. That's such a hard question, because we have to we can't look at it now. We have to look at it if there was to be a reverse split.
Right.
And then we have to analyze that number and,
Right.
and what makes sense and what's logical. So as much as I wanted to stop today, so we, as soon as possible, I should say, or at least get information it's stopping. It's really hard to figure out when. It's not a question of, the thing is, it's not a question of if it will ever stop. The burn will eventually stop. We just don't know when right now, because we're about to enter new things happening. But let me know, what do you think, RJ?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of speculation has been thrown out there, and I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Papa did go out and say 100 million, but then he did say that was just an arbitrary number that was thrown out there. I don't know if they revalidated that, but we do not know when the SafeMoon burn is going to stop. But I truly believe, I think there was an article on Reddit that showed the mathematic numbers, because I'm not a mathematical genius, but someone did the math, what would happen when the burn stops. I mean, you already know how it is, right? When FOMO starts kicking in and people start hearing about SafeMoon, and they hear that we have a limited amount of coins and a limited amount of tokens, and all of a sudden our burn has stopped and we're still getting reflections, that will trigger an insane landslide of FOMO. People start buying in. That's when things go parabolic. And I just don't know when that's going to happen, but the magic of reflections will exponentially grow when the burn stops. And that's why I also tell people, with the SafeMoon swap feature now available on Android devices and soon to be for iOS, make sure you're always using that swap feature. Just go away from PancakeSwap, because the SafeMoon swap feature has integrated technologies in there that contribute to the SafeMoon ecosystem, right? So they have a certain percentage in there to contribute to more burn that goes back to the ecosystem. So I always use the SafeMoon swap feature 100%.
Absolutely. I love the buyback and burn. I love, once again, it's new technology that we're getting, and it's broken down to us so we can realize that by doing it this way, we help everybody even more, including ourselves.
Right.
And I love that idea. And that's the idea about SafeMoon I love so much. It's by getting involved in SafeMoon, you're getting tokenomics, but by getting involved just in general, you're helping everybody else. So it's everybody else is excited to get involved as well.
Yeah.
And those who stay here, we get more SafeMoon. So it's almost an ecosystem in itself. I know SafeMoon said we're looking to have an ecosystem, but I feel like we have so many already, and we're going to be getting so many more as SafeMoon continues to grow.
And it's just the beginning, dude. It's just the freaking beginning. It's crazy. I don't know if you saw this. This is a feature that I've always wanted. If you go over to the SafeMoon.net website and you scroll down, did you try this yet? If you go down to the wallet tracker, you don't have to do it on the live stream, but do it on your own time. If you go to the wallet tracker and you input your receiving wallet in there, it tells you how much reflections you've gotten over time. That was the number one thing I've always wanted to do, because I lost track in there, right? I've added into my bag so many times that I don't know how much reflections I've gotten. But if you go to the SafeMoon.net website, scroll all the way down and you go to wallet tracker and put your wallet address in there, you can now see how much reflections you've gotten in the span of since when you've joined SafeMoon. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, I like that. I know with the SafeMoon wallet, especially for iOS, I'll tell you right now, like, they're always adding it and creating that minimum viable product, but I think the community, as time goes on, because what we still have with Sigmund Hound is he's always listening to community, and if the community all turns to Sigmund Hound and says, "Hey,
Hmm.
we want this thing," if he can't get it done, he'll at least give us a reason why. But I mean, I'll be honest with you. Every time the communities went to him, or even a couple of people went to him, even when I went to him, he's right back, and he's came back and done it. So it's. I mean, to see that kind of the SafeMoon wallet and seeing tokenomics on SafeMoon wallet, it'd be cool to see more technology as time went on. Of course, once we're released the minimum viable product, to see the more things like, I know people said like a tokenomics tracker as well on there,
Yep.
and I would love to see things like that. I know the SafeMoon Exchange said it would have it, but if we could see something relating to that, I mean, there's so many ideas towards the wallet too. Everyone's excited about it because there's just so much potential and so much things that already have been done. We were not supposed to have a buy button, but yet we're getting a buy button.
Hmm.
And for those on iOS, obviously, for on Android, we have a buy button.
Yep. Yep. And that's like a question I actually wanted to ask you is, um, because I'm currently rocking, because a lot of people are asking me right now, are you rocking both Trust Wallet and SafeMoon Wallet? I am, right? Because right now I have my girlfriend's tablet, so I'm rocking both the Trust Wallet and the Android wallet. Are you rocking both wallets right now, Trust Wallet and SafeMoon Wallet?
Yeah, so what I did was you have your Trust wallet, you have your seed phrase.
Yep.
When you get the SafeMoon wallet, you download it, and then all you do is it says import your seed phrase. You put the Trust wallet seed phrase in there,
Yep.
and then afterwards you just put a password, and then you're good to go. And then
Yep.
you go add more things like two-factor authentication, FaceTime, Google authenticate, and you can add all those in there as extra layers of security along with what you already have. So I love it, absolutely.
Yeah, let me ask you this. When SafeMoon allows us to, when Wire, of course, gets their infrastructure going, because this is a limitation with Wire and not SafeMoon. I want to make sure everyone understands that, right? Wire is working on their infrastructure so that they can purchase Binance and support BEP20 tokens. But once that happens and Wire, gets that infrastructure going and we can now purchase Binance and Binance Smart Chain on the SafeMoon wallet, are you going to let go of your Trust Wallet 100%?
Um, Yeah. I mean, I only have it because I have SafeMoon on it. I think I have a little bit of BNB because I can't swap it for SafeMoon, I
Right.
think. But yeah, I'll totally get rid of that thing.
Yeah, I would too.
Um,
I would too. That's the only thing I'm actually waiting for is the fact that Wire can purchase Binance Smart Chain. The moment we can purchase Binance Smart Chain on there, I will release the Trust Wallet as well because let me look at my Trust Wallet right now. The only coins and tokens I have in my Trust Wallet are the big hitters. I don't really have others. So I have SafeMoon, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and that's it, right? And all of those are supported on the SafeMoon wallet. So the moment we can purchase Binance and I can do everything in there, I'm absolutely deleting my Trust wallet. As of right now, I have to use it to purchase Binance, and then I go into the SafeMoon wallet to do the swap. But once we have that ability, bye bye Trust wallet.
that's scary because it's you're giving an alcoholic a bar and telling him to go drink, and that's how I feel with that. Because the only limitation about me and not buying SafeMoon every single day, because I always think about it, I always want to, is an easier way. And when you have that, the way to buy it with Wire and swap it over so everyone benefits. Yeah, that's gonna be listen, I'm gonna do some. I might start some videos sometimes just swapping everything over and going, hey, I'm almost SafeMoon. Look at this, everybody, and hitting that because I really do think that that limitation is very small. Once Wire overcomes the ability to buy BNB,
Hmm.
SafeMoon itself is going to really. I mean, we're going to see a lot of wild things happening, and you got to know. I mean, Wire definitely. They got to know that that getting BNB is beneficial for them, and I
For
guarantee
sure.
that people over there trying to have that happen as fast as possible. And the second that nanosecond that happens, oh, it's game time.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's gonna be very bad, man. Because, like I said, I want to say I have reached my goal, my bag goal, and I just almost have a problem because I always want to just keep putting money in there. I'm like, I've reached my bag goal. Let's just let SafeMoon do their thing. But every single time I go in there, I was like, oh, I could purchase some more, maybe $20, $50 worth of Smart Chain. I just convert it. It's so easy, but it's about to get easier with Wire. Like you said, this is not, it's just a
I want to
crazy
be.
time.
I want to be Willy Wonka and hand out SafeMoon at one point. Like go to my dad and be like, yeah, pops, go ahead download this real quick. Let me show you something real quickly.
Exactly.
Boom. And I want to do that. I want him to go, what is this? I go, don't worry about it. You're welcome, by the way. Like, just hold that for a minute. Don't look at it yet.
Don't look at
I'll
it.
let you know to look at it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think, with BNB and all that stuff, it's absolutely something that I think would definitely break that limitation with them. So, guys, if you have any more questions, make sure to ask them in the comments down below. Today we have RJ Adonis here, another great SafeMoon YouTuber. Make sure to click on the description in the link. He's right there. Click on it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let's grow this community for everybody.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
someone said if John came to YouTube creators and asked for one feature each to be added to the wallet, what would you add and why? Oh boy.
You want to set that one off?
Oh man. I think a feature that I would love to see, and I don't want to whatever, but like I would love to see a feature in which you can I mean this song, oh man. I gotta pick one. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to pick. You know what? I'll tell you right now. The feature to have multiple like someone actually asked this question. I thought it was in my Twitter Spaces, and hopefully I can talk to SafeMoon and see if they could do it. But to have your wallet balanced, so let's say you buy a billion SafeMoon, okay? Boom, you bought a
Okay.
billion SafeMoon,
Yep.
and your reflections can go into another reflection wallet within your main wallet. So you have two wallets, which you initially invested on, that's your investment, and another wallet for your reflection. So now you have a wallet that's being and of course the option to do this, not mandatory, but the option for people if they wanted to do this. So then you could create a sub wallet, and with that sub wallet, I think people when they know they have excess are more okay to spend it. If you get extra $20 this week when you work, let's say to anybody out there, you're okay with splurging that one night. And I feel like when
Sure.
you have your reflection wallets, people will be okay with splurging on whatever it could be. Could it be it could be anything. And I think that would be something that would allow people to be more comfortable with using SafeMoon and spending SafeMoon and seeing the value what they get and create that excitement for everybody. But what do you think? What feature would you like to see?
Yeah, no, to piggyback off that, that's definitely a good feature because if you go into Trust Wallet right now and you go to the settings on the bottom right and you click on wallets, you have the ability to add multiple wallets in there, right? So they have their multi-coin wallet and stuff like that. I think that's a feature that would be super fresh on the SafeMoon wallet because depending on what your goal is for SafeMoon, whether you want it to hit a penny and then cash all the way out, or if you want it to hit a penny and start living off reflections, I think that idea would be absolutely fresh to have your reflections go into another wallet where that's where you're kind of just living off of it and cashing that out weekly, daily, monthly, whatever it is you want to choose. I think that would be super, super awesome, and that would be an awesome idea. I think that shouldn't be too difficult for them to do since Trust Wallet already has the ability to add multi-coin wallets in there. I think SafeMoon should be able to easily do that. A feature I would really like, and it's just something that I always talk about with my friends because it's the one thing that really just separates it from the other coins and tokens that I hold. Obviously, there's other tokens that does it, but the tokenomics feature. I want to be able to see how much reflections I've gotten at a glance, right? I don't want to right now that SafeMoon wallet tracker feature is super, super fun. I've been living in that. My best friend, he's been checking it out every single time, and it's almost addicting to see how much reflections you've gotten in your lifespan of owning SafeMoon. And if I can continuously just see my reflections at a glance, like, oh, I've made 20 million in reflections, that's amazing. I check a week from now, I've made another 200,000 in reflections. That is a feature that I think would be super, super fresh to see your lifetime reflections at a glance.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot as well. I like the idea too because it creates a sense of for those who see it, it creates a sense of accomplishment. It's like look what I'm doing by what I did already, and look what's as time goes on, it's getting more. And yeah, I think that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when I'm talking about SafeMoon to my other friends, whether I'm doing extracurricular activities and they're like, what are you doing? I'm talking about SafeMoon. The first thing that always comes up is reflections for me, meaning I'm talking about SafeMoon and I was like, hey, just holding SafeMoon, you get more SafeMoon, right? And they're like, what's that? I was like, it's tokenomics, and you get reflections. And then, it just snowballs from there. But the first thing that always comes out of my mouth when I'm introducing it to someone new is the fact that you have tokenomics, and by having tokenomics, you get more reflections the longer you hold. And by seeing that reflections, your lifetime reflections at a glance would be super awesome and would make those conversations roll much faster, because if I could just open my SafeMoon wallet, show them my reflections, my lifetime reflections, they'd be like, wow, that's kind of crazy. And I think that would be a selling point, and you and I can easily get more holders on there by showing them, hey, I've just gotten X amount of more reflections since I've held March, right? So that'd be super awesome.
And especially if when SafeMoon starts really kicking it up and really doing good, and you show them that, they're gonna be like, you know, that's when they go look at you and go, "No way, really? What is this about?" Because at first it's what is that? It's shock. Then it's how do I get involved?
Exactly. And that's that FOMO we're talking about, right? People will get FOMO off that. They're like, wait, I get more reflections when I hold. Yes, you do. And then they're gonna want to buy. Then they're gonna tell their circle of friends, right? And they're gonna see that you get more tokens and reflections. And by then, who knows, right? We might have the exchange, we might have the blockchain out, and we're getting tokenomics and cryptonomics from all the things that we have inside the exchange. I mean, it's just listen, man, this thing has so much potential, so much potential, and I just always can't help but just get excited and get hyped up every single time I talk about it. And this is why you and I have this channel, right?
Absolutely. No, it's 100% like I love I love like when I wake up I think about safe when I think about the community I think about the team I when I wake up and like there'll be times where it'd be like 2 3 in the morning. I'm looking thinking about what's the best tweet I want to say to let everyone understand what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Wording it right because I don't want to nowadays you word something one word off could change everything.
Oh yeah.
But uh, and I'm always thinking about like what I can say and talk with people and the communications and seeing everybody else and it's that phrase I always say it, and I really emotion creates emotion and
Hmm.
I'm excited about SafeMoon and if someone else is and then we just go off and then we see other people there could be someone out there who might not be pumped right now might have some problems but hey listen reminder reality check if your job does suck if you hate your boss or you're having problems or wherever SafeMoon's here and we're not going anywhere. We're
Yep.
only growing everywhere, and I
Yep.
can't. I'm so pumped to see this evolution because it's already been evolving from when I got in and when you got in, and it's
Yep.
only going to grow more.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And that's another thing that people need to understand, right? They're always like, oh, am I late to get into SafeMoon? You're not. We're still the barrier to entry to purchase SafeMoon is still, in the grand scheme of things, still relatively cumbersome. You have to buy Binance Smart Chain, and then if you don't have the wallet, you have to go into Pancake swap it there. I mean, it's not easy for your just average person. And so it is always much better to purchase it now when the barrier to entry is difficult, because the moment it becomes easier to purchase, like you and I had said, when Wire starts to build their infrastructure and now they support Binance, they now support BEP20 tokens, and purchasing it is super easy. Now we're going to see that cascading effect. We're going to see that change where people can now purchase SafeMoon so much easier. We're going to see an increase in price for sure. I can almost guarantee that, because the barrier to entry right now is difficult. It really is. For people like you, for people like me, and people viewing this, we already know what to do, right? But if I were to go to my mom or my dad and tell them to buy SafeMoon, they wouldn't know what to do, right? I mean, it's cumbersome for sure. And when that barrier to entry goes away and you just go to Wire and you hit buy SafeMoon, it's gonna be over, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, 100%. I like so true. Like the easier it is to get, the more people get involved. The more people get involved, the more we're all excited about it. But for us that's been here, that's been around through the FUD ups and downs, that is where we finally go. Okay, now it's picking up. Now it's growing. And for those coming in, even the more faster they come in, the more they'll see it grow as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing. I said it earlier that 2.6 million right now,
Hmm.
26 million is going to be soon, and that's when it's going to be, all of us are going to be growing together, and those coming in are going to be having questions. And the same would have made a great statement before. He goes, "Hey, if anyone asks a question, let's answer them. They're with us."
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was trying to mean. Is we're all in this together,
For sure.
so we don't need to go, hey, dumbass, you don't know how to buy this, and
Yeah.
and and,
Yeah.
and I like the way he put it. I like the way he said it, but like the way it was phrased was perfectly. It's we're in this together. If you want to buy SafeMoon, I'll help you out. If you have a question, I'm there for you. And if I can answer it, great. If I can't, let's find out together. And the minute we start getting on that track and it really starts, that ball starts rolling, because we've seen it happen with Dogecoin,
Hmm.
the Dogecoin community. Because I just like you, I was part of the Dogecoin community as
Heck yeah.
well,
Heck yeah.
and. Yeah, man, $350 to $5 grand. Dogecoin was really good to me,
Heck yeah.
but watching that community as well, it's everyone's joking around, everyone's sharing memes, everyone's having a great time.
Yep.
YouTubers are creating their content and they're excited about Dogecoin. This is before things started, like right before things started picking up.
Mm-hmm.
People were really getting the ball rolling.
Yep.
Then we see Dogecoin to spike, and the community's just having a great time. Not only are they focused on what Dogecoin is doing, but they're making it fun and enjoyable for everybody, as well as helping anybody with that has any questions. And I think SafeMoon is getting to that point. I don't think we're yet there where everyone's a lot cooler with each other. And, some people are, whatever. Don't be careful about Reddit. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, but like we're getting there though. We're getting to that point where I saw Doge was. We're definitely and we're slowly moving in that direction. I would love us to be where Doge was as a community, even because it makes you feel not only comfortable in your investment, but as you see it go up, comfortable with people, and people are people by nature want to be. They want to be nice, and they want that niceness reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Dogecoin was doing it so well, and we could do it better because everything we do better. We should be doing this better as well.
For sure, and I definitely agree with that. When by the time I'd entered Dogecoin at 4 cents, there's obviously been a lot of people that bought before me, and by the time I'd entered Dogecoin, there was just so much fun. I mean, there were so many memes. You wanted to be a part of it. I was re showing memes and stuff like that to my friends. I was like, Dogecoin to the moon, Dogecoin all this, and it was just so much fun. And I think when SafeMoon gets to that point, that's where that FOMO, that's where that parabolic on move on the chart happens, and people start really just piggybacking off of each other's energy. They're seeing all these SafeMoon memes. It's starting to gain media traction. I mean, word of mouth. That's when magic starts to happen, and that's when I had entered Dogecoin. Was people were just so thrilled to have it, right? And I feel like when everything is going well, especially when SafeMoon starts to really release its products, the blockchain, even man, listen, we didn't even touch on Gambia, right? And Project Phoenix and what that entails. I mean, when things start to really take off and when things start to really all start to connect each other, all the SafeMoon ecosystem, I think the magic will start to happen. People will start to recognize it. People will start to see it. They'll say, "Hey, did you hear about SafeMoon? They have a wallet, their own exchange, their own blockchain. They're now producing their own native coins. They both have tokens and coins." And listen, I think the SafeMoon community really has some bright days ahead of us. We just have to kind of be there for each other, fight through the FUD. Just don't listen to the noise. They'll always be out there for sure.
Heard about CZ and Binance?
I was looking at that. Good old CZ.
Someone needs to grab his phone and go, bro, don't tweet. Like, like we're being like Binance is under investigation for inside trading. CZ's like, success is about being 80% there. It's like someone needs to grab this kid's phone and go, you just can't talk anymore. Like,
oh my gosh.
You can't say that.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's other tweets he said as well, and it's like people were commenting, like people that support him, obviously, because you can't tweet unless. Like you could quote him, but you can't like tweet to him within his thing because he has it. Whatever. But people were like, "Dude, just like calm down, CZ. Like you don't like this is not the time to say those things."
Exactly. Something new every day, man. Something new every day.
When SafeMoon has his blockchain, SafeMoon's growing as well. The cool thing about looking at other things when you saw GameStop, when I was around with GameStop too, and I would go into Discord and I would hear people say, buy this. But it was not just GameStop, but people were saying buy Motorola and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And it kind of took a little bit of gas off GameStop, and the GameStop people were arguing with each other. And it wasn't nothing too crazy, but they were arguing within each other about no, just buy GameStop. And with Doge, Doge people were just talking about buying Doge, which once again, nothing wrong with that as well. But with SafeMoon, once we're interlocked with other people via blockchain, via exchange, people in other communities will say buy SafeMoon because it helps us out with cryptonomics.
Exactly.
So I think the excitement isn't just going to be SafeMoon, but be other cryptos going, hey, get SafeMoon because we get cryptonomics from it. We benefit because SafeMoon benefits. You know what? Let's get the job done. So that's when I think we're going to see that initial like launch of SafeMoon, and when your neighbors are starting to talk to you about SafeMoon, going, hey, you heard about this thing called SafeMoon? And it's like, yeah, I think I've heard about it.
Yeah.
The hat on the shirt on, you just rocking it. Like, yeah, I might have heard about it a little bit.
I mean, listen, the blockchain, when we get there, it's going to be huge because we're no longer tied to Binance's up and down intraday movements, right? We're going to be our own blockchain. We're still going to follow Bitcoin always in a way because Bitcoin is the big honcho. We kind of follow it. Just it's kind of like if we were to take, I don't want to throw too much investing terminology out there, but if we were to take like the stock market and we were to take like the ETFs such as the SPY, the S&P 500 or the Russell 2000, that's what Bitcoin is, right? The other stocks follow those ETFs in a way, but will be separated from Binance's blockchain. So if Binance is under investigation, guess what? We're not affected by it. And that's going to be awesome. And then other projects will be able to be built on our blockchain, whether that's NFTs, whether that's, whatever people want to do on our own blockchain. And that's when we're going to see enormous volume and growth as well, because man, there's so many good things coming up ahead. And I'm just so freaking excited.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, SafeMoon right now is. There's gonna be people right now watching that are gonna have regrets. Like, imagine.
For sure.
I've seen so many of these with Dogecoin where people are like, "God, man, did I really tweet Dogecoin was $2 and I sold like there's so many things about that and stories that we always point out and we go, look at that guy. It's good. Same thing's gonna happen with SafeMoon.
100%.
The same thing where people are gonna be like, oh, SafeMoon was at point all this. I wish I should have bought. And it's like, dude, you do whatever you want to do, but like,
yep,
that's how it was. Like that's what like Doge. I mean, not just Doge. It was Doge and Bitcoin. Like
Bitcoin.
It's showing us. It's showing us like people who don't stay focused. And let that fear, uncertainty, doubt eat at them.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them regret it. We've seen the regret, and I think with SafeMoon, as time goes on, the FUD returns to regret.
Yeah, man. Listen, I know someone, a personal friend of mine, who owned roughly, I want to say he said it was around 13,000 Bitcoins, and he was just buying pizzas with them, right? And now, of course, he's regretting that. And like you said, it's only a matter of time till people are in that same position with SafeMoon, right? People are going to be like, oh my God, SafeMoon was like 5 zeros and 1 7. And now they're at like 25 cents, kind of like where Dogecoin is. And I always say this to people because I own Dogecoin. I love to be able to use it as an example. Dogecoin with no utilities was able to rocket from fractions of a penny to just shy of 70 cents, right? There's no reason at all why SafeMoon cannot do that. And they're releasing products. They have stuff down the pipeline. They're working with other countries. And so when people ask me, are we going to reach a penny? No doubt in my mind, we will reach a penny. And why stop there? And this is where the conversation always leads into something different, where people love, especially the fudders, they love to say, RJ, that can't ever happen. You can't ever have SafeMoon at a penny or 25 cents, because that would mean that the market cap is over the entire world's currency. That doesn't make sense, because what people tend to forget is they're calculating the market cap based on what we have as our circulating supply right now. And one person was saying, RJ, you can't do that with 1 quadrillion tokens. I was like, that was the initial circulating supply of SafeMoon. We don't have 1 quadrillion tokens anymore, and it's continuing to burn down. And we'll have less and less and less tokens and coins in the future. So you can't calculate market cap at its current price. You can calculate market cap later when it's at 100 million. And now 25 cents makes sense, right? You can't say 25 cents right now when we still have 400 trillion tokens. Of course, it doesn't make sense. But as we continue to burn, as we do the reverse split, now we're talking, it does make sense, right? People forget those things.
And listen, Fuddsters especially, they love taking a little bit of a truth and twisting and perverting it. They love doing that. That's the MO. Whenever you hear a Fuddster say something, just look into it and go, okay, what part of this is true? Because I know a lot of it is a lie.
Right.
And that's a great point that Fuddsters love to bring. They'll never hit a penny. You guys are insane. And you say and go, what are you talking about? We're not saying hit a penny now. Like, what? We know we're in this for a long haul. Like, what are you doing? But this is the trick they play on everybody. And to a new investor, and that's what they really prey on. I mean, they're not getting past experienced investors, but to a new investor, they're gonna go, oh, I didn't think about it. You have a point. That's what they want to do. And then they'll either A, sell them on their own crap coin so they can pull and take their money, or B, just keep hating on SafeMoon because SafeMoon's so popular. Like, we're so popular, our haters have to they have to hate us on a part-time, almost as if they have a part-time job of hating.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like,
yeah,
our haters are like, They got a regular work and they go, all right, time to go to my other job. And
Time
it's
to
just
go
hate
hate.
on SafeMoon.
I never understood that. I've covered that in my videos so many times. It's like the way I like to put it in perspective is if I don't like a certain car manufacturer, and by all means, it's not that I hate them. Let's just pick Volvo, right? Let's say I hate Volvo and everything they stand for. You won't find me in Volvo's Reddit trolling them saying Volvo's trash, Volvo's this, and then spending my own valuable time inside of Volvo's Twitter spaces trying to convince other people that Volvo is trash. So I'd never understood why people spend their own time on something they obviously disagree with. It just never, ever made sense in my head, ever.
It's crazy. And
It's crazy.
they think they're the hero, the story, but they think they're a hero and they're attacking SafeMoon, which at first it was, well, there's no wallet. You know that, right, guys? And then we multiple. I think at this point, I think we confirmed there's a wallet.
For sure.
Hopefully, I mean, there may be a funder out there that goes, oh, I don't know, but whatever. But I think we confirmed there's a wallet. And now the next game they're playing is, well, people are leaving, and it's like, look at Ethereum. How come you're not funding them about people that left them? Oh, that's because they've established themselves, and SafeMoon is establishing themselves and continuing to do it. The team docks themselves,
Yep.
and then the fuss was like, well, we don't care because they're not, we don't know about the crypto itself. Then we got Civic audited, and they're like, well, we don't know. It's like, at what point do you guys just go, yeah, we're just haters. We don't have nothing else on this. Like, we're just gonna hate. That's all. Like, that's because that's what they're doing. That's all they're doing. That's all they have.
Yep.
Greg Adams says, thank you for the super chat, by the way. He goes, I don't care about the wallet or exchange right now. We need V2. I like to talk more about swap and liquefy out of John's mouth. Then buy button exchange. Because right now, the token is broken.
Interesting.
So what do you think? What do you think about V2 and how it and how, the plans for V2? Because I know we were given a quick synopsis as far as like security towards the token and a bit of an upgrade, but how do you feel towards that?
Yeah, so just like yourself, I mean, we haven't gotten too much information. Nothing that I can actually speak on behalf of other than the fact that it's supposed to fix swap and liquefy. And if we take a look at the SafeMoon contract right now, I cannot with confidence say what in fact it is supposed to fix, other than the fact that version 2 is supposed to fix, and I think John and Ryan did say it's supposed to be treated as an upgrade, and that's something we always want, right? I mean, Ethereum had an upgrade. They went from ETH 1.0 to 2.0, and that's something that is, it's supposed to be a good thing. When we're going from version 1, which was something they released, and then as SafeMoon continues to evolve, version 2 should be something everyone's looking forward to because it's evolving with the actual company. It's not staying stagnant, and it's evolving with the time. So whatever they need, the token version, V1, V2, to keep up with SafeMoon as it evolves, I think I'm all for it. I don't know 100%. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of claims out there that devs are using the swap and liquefy to take money into their pockets, but I can't for sure say with confidence that that is what they're doing, right? So, what about you? What do you think of the V2?
Yeah, no, I just want. So I'll just want to touch on what Papa said. Papa said, "Listen, I never stole anything." And
Exactly.
I rather believe SafeMoon team member over a FUD set any day.
For sure.
I'm very, and I know, yeah, I know we agree on like that, but this is the game that FUDs play as well. They make an accusation, might twist them a little, they'll take a tiny bit of truth, and they'll twist it, and they'll throw it out there, and they'll try to line in some new investors or those who might not be as well informed about SafeMoon. That's their trick. That's the game they play, and that's all they do over and over and over again.
Correct.
And like I said, they're just it's crazy how SafeMoon itself. SafeMoon, I think John said it, or was it Papa? One of them said they have a PR team, but that team is in with the fudsters. They don't even have time to like help SafeMoon because they're too busy like debunking the claims that fudsters make. It's absolutely insane.
It is insane. It is insane, and I really don't know what their end goal is. Like you said, they probably think they're the hero in this story, but they're not. I never understood it.
Absolutely, and I think that with the V2 of SafeMoon, I one thing I like about V2, first of all, like, and not to crap on Bonfire, but we have to point this out, is the fact that Bonfire did the trendy thing.
Yes.
They did the thing that they locked themselves away from their own contract, as their own, so they won't be able to go back in it. And because it was trending and they did it and they got a little yay from the community and SafeMoon ate crow for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are now. Bonfire isn't doing as well.
Right.
And I hope they do good, but they're not doing well right now. And then we look at SafeMoon. SafeMoon's like, oh, by the way, since we can do this, we're gonna upgrade our token. We're gonna
Correct.
put it through more security audits, and we're gonna do it in front of everybody to add yet another. In case you weren't confident about the LOCs and the, the physical location, the team docs, certain audits. Unless you're not okay with that, if you were questioning still us as a real token, we're doing this as well. And I like that V2 gives us an opportunity. Everyone else who lock themselves out don't have that. We have the opportunity to show not only that we're more legitimate,
Right.
but put us through more security hoops because we're gonna pass it. The team is confident, and I'm confident in SafeMoon itself and what it wants to do. So
Right.
I'm really excited about V2.
Yeah, I mean, to touch back on the contract renouncing, that was definitely the hot thing to do back then, right? It I don't doubt people's intentions, and that's why they wanted to prove to people that, hey, I'm going to renounce this contract just to let you know that I don't own it. This is a sign of good faith. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, if you look at technology as a whole, that's something you don't want to do. Even to this day, if we look at big tech companies such as Sony, Amazon, Apple, Google, they're constantly updating their code because people will find loopholes, people will find security vulnerabilities, and you want to be able to address those vulnerabilities. And if you've renounced a contract and you can't fix it in there, you have a dud project. And so this is the V2 is something that people should be excited about. People should be excited that SafeMoon didn't renounce a contract so that if there is a security vulnerability, they have the ability to fix it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and they're doing such a good job at it. Like, a lot of people are questioning this. Not long ago, people were asking for a CEO to resign, and to me, I was like, calm down, guys. Like, this is our leader.
Jesus.
We can't do this to our leader.
Right.
Actually, and John doesn't get a chance to respond to his Twitter, but I actually messaged him. I was like, John, I don't know what's going on with your Reddit mods, but can you make your mods actually delete some of the, like, and no hate on the Reddit mods. I've talked to them; they're phenomenal people,
Yep.
and people work without pay, and they really do put the work in. But there's times where I feel like in certain communities that there are loopholes where there's and that old saying. When the cat's not away, the mouse will play.
Mm-hmm.
The minute people realize no one's around to watch them, boom, people are going in, and they're just coming at them, and they're typing some goofy stuff.
Yep.
Do the Reddit mods finally catch up and take care of that? But
Yep.
yeah, no, I think that SafeMoon moving forward and creating the tokenomics V2, announcing it and explaining it, that's absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Let me ask you, RJ, what do you think? As far as Project Phoenix, how do you feel towards that?
Man, I'm just excited. I don't know if you've gotten any inside scoop on that, but I just know that SafeMoon hasn't, other than the fact that Papa said one time in Discord a while back, he said finally someone got Project Phoenix. From my understanding, it's just supposed to bridge a whole bunch of things together like an ecosystem. I don't even know if it has something to do with the Gambia, but I don't know, man. Like, it's been very, I don't want to use the word cryptic, but I haven't been able to decipher a lot of what Project Phoenix is about, other than the fact that they keep talking about Project Phoenix, and it might go hand in hand with the Gambia. I'm just excited to see the project in the Gambia launch, because imagine when word of mouth actually starts to pick up and say, you and I can officially go out on YouTube and say, guess what? We have a token that's integrated with another country, right? Right now we have El Salvador with Bitcoin, but imagine when you and I can be like, here's another crypto that's integrated with another country, which is the Gambia. And so hopefully Project Phoenix has something to do with that, because I feel like there's really, really big things coming with Project Phoenix. I'd like to pick your brain on it. What do you think is going on with the Gambia with Project Phoenix?
I wish I had some inside knowledge, but at the same time, I'm glad I don't, because I get no, it is knowledge in SafeMoon, especially if you have anyone gets any inside knowledge, is a very scary and dangerous thing, because what you might have naturally guessed now you have to mentally hold back, and that's something I always. Like, I talk to some people and they go, oh yeah, no, this, that. I go, hey, I don't want to hear about that right now, because I don't know if that's gonna, I don't want because I don't want it to play into what I do.
Right.
And you look at me and go, dude, that was between us. And I'm like, so I always try to stay away from like any inside knowledge if I as much as I can,
Right.
and like I said, I don't have that direct type of connection with the dev team. Every now and then I'll hear something here and there. They say when how I might say something if anything, but for the most part, it's mostly wallet focused. But looking at Project Phoenix, I really think our CEO is really excited about the start of it within the Gambia and how I think IoT Internet things
Yep.
has a play in that. And Apple gave us a good idea of all the things the blockchain itself can do, and taking the blockchain and the blockchain being around December, ideally around December, and Phoenix being revealed in December. I don't think this was done on accident. I think this is done perfect on purpose. So they go, by the way, here's the blockchain, and in case anyone was wondering, here's Phoenix. That has to do with the blockchain. That also coincides with IoT. So I think those three are connected. I honestly don't know as far as to what degree, but I think those have a huge connection. And obviously, it's SafeMoon showing the world what it can do. Once again, like right out the gate within the country, innovation and all the innovation and change it can do. And I'm really excited to even if we get a little bit. I know CEO has talked about IoTs a little bit, and
Yep.
when he's talked about it, I've looked into as much IoT stuff as possible, and I'm still learning more about IoTs,
Yeah.
Internet things. But there's just so much to learn. It's so massive. It's absolutely huge, and yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for what it can be.
Yeah, I am too. There's a lot, right? So I obviously have a technology background, but even Internet of Things, IoT is a beast. It's one of the newest up and coming technologies, and it's supposed to connect a whole bunch of things, and it's a pretty dense topic. It's very deep technology.
Someone said, "Thank you for the super chat, Ray Adam." He says, "I'm hodled to the moon. I took you into the space the other day. Keep it the good work. V2 is just my priority. Very bullish. And V2's great. The blockchain's great. Project Phoenix. I mean, like I said, I think a lot of people when they initially heard about Phoenix, initially like discounted it. I was seeing some. I remember doing a live stream, and the live stream, some people were excited about it. I know I was really pumped to see where this can go because that caught me off guard working with a country like that kind of catches you looking. But some people were excited, some people were a little bit skeptical. But
Hmm.
as time went on, I think everyone realized the massive potential, especially after people started putting it more into context as far as the possibilities that someone can use with these things with Project Phoenix, so we're gonna go and the blockchain exchange, and the more people out there to have that communication, the better it is, and the better it is to see that.
Yeah, yeah, and did you see those the Gambian articles about how they want to utilize technology within the next couple of years and how they're wanting to utilize blockchain? There was even a video on it, and I just can't confirm it, but I'm fairly sure it is SafeMoon because obviously the Gambian ambassadors have been working with John and his team, and I really think the integration of blockchain in the Gambia is with SafeMoon, 100%.
And one another thing too that John said a long time ago, I always try to grab what he said a long time ago and bring it here still because I want to one, I want to hear an answer if he ever was to give an answer on some of the things, but two, more importantly, I want everyone to go, oh yeah, I remember that, so we
Hmm.
keep that in our minds. One thing he said when someone was flooding something and someone asked him in the Discord about it, and one thing he said was, you don't talk to countries, and he used the S.
Yep.
He
Yep.
put an S on
I
that.
remember that.
And the minute I heard that, I said, "Wait a minute!" And then I found out about ECOWAS, which is multiple countries that the Gambia is working with, and ECOWAS is looking to have their own currency, and ECOWAS. There's a lot of great things with ECO. Like I said, if we could hear even a little bit about ECOWAS, I would love to do a video about it because I really really like the idea of it, and I like the idea of Stephen getting involved with that. I think ECOWAS is massive, but I don't have nothing to pinpoint on. But going
Yeah,
back to
same.
it, he said countries with an S. And the
Hmm.
minute he said that S, man, I was like, okay, let's go. Now we got more than. I mean, don't get me wrong, the game is great, but we have more.
Yep.
This is our debut year. One's a big more like absolutely massive.
Yeah, yeah, and I really think that they're using the Gambia as a starting point. They want to test it and make sure everything looks good. Hey, we've now fully integrated with the Gambia, and it'll help them with approaching other countries with an S, of course, and say, hey, look, the Gambia has integrated SafeMoon in their own country. let's do some with your country, right? And it's going to be huge, and that's what I'm talking about. It's going to have a snowball effect, and like Dogecoin, it just happened to explode. I woke up one morning, it was a weekend, Brandy and I were on vacation, and Dogecoin was moving up like 15, 20, 25 cents within a weekend. I really feel like that's going to happen with SafeMoon, where you and I will just wake up and I'll be like,
Yes.
dude, SafeMoon has deleted like 2 zeros overnight. Like the snowball effect is just so fast with these things, right? It happened with Dogecoin. I saw it within my very own eyes. You've owned Dogecoin, right? Those things happen so fast, so fast.
Absolutely. Someone asks, Dane asks, any thought on the exchange and possible U.S. regulations? I think SafeMoon has been really. They've seen the mistakes of other cryptos. They see mistakes of Binance with regulations or what they have to go through to try to rectify that and do all that. And I think SafeMoon is learning from others' mistakes and, I mean, really playing everything close to the chest. Whatever they do, I mean, our CEO and other members of the team have mentioned legalities, legalities, legalities.
Yep.
They want to make sure that there's legalities, and then they want to flip it around after everything is legal. Okay, regulations, regulations, regulations. Not only is it legal, can we legally do it? Okay, cool. Now, can we actually do it though?
Yep.
That's another question. Is it in certain states like New York, you can't buy and do certain things, but other states you can. And SafeMoon has been working really, 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 really hard to make sure that's happening. And as far as the exchange into anything they do, I think that's something that they first, whenever they approach anything, that they've been very clear that they've been approaching this. But what do you think as far as regulations and crypto in general, specifically within SafeMoon, RJ?
Yeah, I think the move to Utah actually speaks volume because, being over in the UK, they obviously have regulations different over there, but by integrating themselves here with headquarters in Utah, it shows to me, that they are taking these things seriously, because if they wanted to kind of get away from US regulations and stuff like that, they would stay outside the US, right? But because of the fact that they're actually looking to set up shop within the US, we know that they're taking those regulations seriously, and we know with CEO John Crony's background working for the U.S. Department of Defense, I mean, we know that he's definitely got good ties, and he knows what he's doing for sure.
Absolutely, and it's as SafeMoon continues, I think the U.S. government realizes that crypto is something that you just can't hit a switch and get rid of, and whenever the U.S. government particularly has seen something they can't easily get rid of, they go, okay, can we make money off it? Can we work with
Correct.
it? Can we do
Correct.
something? And I think with SafeMoon and regulations, ultimately that there's going to be a bit of a combination of we'll let you do things. And I think the first crypto to really have a backing of the U.S. government, I mean, I really truly believe that SafeMoon can be that. Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
SafeMoon is trying to do everything so legal, but at
Yeah.
the same time, SafeMoon will love nothing more than to do it within the U.S. government and to show everybody, hey, listen, you can do it right with the SEC. You can do it all these functions of the government. We are working together because we believe in this government and we believe in this crypto, and the government has our back on it. Like once we have that, that's another amazing thing that can also benefit us and launch us in there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. People just need to look at that as a really, really good sign that if SafeMoon was continuing this troll, whatever fuzzers like to say, slow rug pull or scam coin, they would stay away from the US, right? But because they want to set up shop, they're looking for headquarters in Utah within the US. That should speak volume, and that alone should speak for itself.
Whales getting weaker. How about that? I love to hear it.
I do too.
Weak whales. Oh man.
I do too.
I remember back when a couple months ago actually, and people were going, yeah, the fear at the time was, man, we got too many whales and they're so strong and they're this and that, and the whales, they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. And I remember doing videos back then going, they'll be handled with. It's listen, they're not gonna be here forever. They're just
Right.
not going
Correct.
to be.
Correct.
And now we're here we are. Don't get me wrong, the price went down because they left, but where the community is holding it done. We're the Atlas right now. And I love that just as whales get weaker, the price is A, more stable, but even more importantly, B, the community seeing whenever the whale goes, and people are just getting involved more. They're taking advantage of what the whales are neglecting because the whales want to turn a quick profit rather than be within the project. So, I
Right.
mean, what do you feel as far as the whales and even the potential future whales? How do you feel towards that?
Yeah, I mean the less power, there's always a power shift in terms of whales, right? Uh, Current whales will be gone, and people that own billions will become future whales, right? And then so on and so on. Yeah. Whenever there's whales that have less and less hold over uh, the price, is always a good thing, right? That's why it's always interesting when we look at big hitters like Warren Buffett and stuff like that. They can't, those guys are enormous whales, and they can't just sell everything else because it would dump the price. But as in the crypto world, current whales can do whatever the heck they want and dump the price if they want to sell all 500 trillion shares of or coins of their SafeMoon, right? But when they go away, I mean, look at right now. Right now, every single time a whale sells, the SafeMoon community eats it up every single time. They keep that price from completely falling through. And so when that goes away and people just continue buying, the price will just, naturally, organically just continue to rocket upwards. And with less and less hold from the whales, it's just a matter of time. That's why I always tell everyone, that people just need to give this project some time, whether it's the products, whether it's the whales. Time itself will uh reveal everything here.
Yeah, and the whale selling. I mean, we had, let's say a whale sells like 6 trillion within SafeMoon. That means that within that 6 trillion, 600 billion is going back into SafeMoon via tokenomics.
Yep.
And by whale leaving, not only is he getting weak or leaving in totality, but he's also stabilizing the price point. And
Yep.
not only is he also stabilizing price point, he's adding more to the pool of SafeMoon. He's
Yep.
adding more to the burn wallet, and he's giving him reflections.
Yep.
Like, this whale might inadvertently be a Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I mean
you know?
it's a good thing for sure. When a whale sells, like you said, it hits all three of those things. So it's always a good thing. People are always like, "Oh my God, a whale is selling." No, they shouldn't really look at it that way. They should look at it as a great thing because, like you said, they're contributing to the burn. They're contributing to lowering the circulating supply. That's one less whale to worry about. I mean, there's so many good things off that. And of course, now they've dipped the price a little bit, so everything just goes a little bit more on sale. And if you have a few extra dollars to spend, buy the dip. I mean, it should be a really, really exciting and good thing when people see whales sell. That's my opinion on that.
RJ, how long have you been in crypto for?
I am very, very new, man. So whenever Dogecoin, whenever I'd found out about Dogecoin when it was like 4 cents, I believe that was around April, March or April. That's when my foot started really, like, I got one foot in the door of crypto because I am very slow. I was slow to adopt crypto because, like everyone else, so my background is in technology and investing. I love to do real estate investing, and I invest in the stock market, and I day trade. So it was something that I wasn't comfortable with. I wasn't too knowledgeable about crypto and blockchain and all that. I was like, you know what, I'll kind of stay away. This thing seems super volatile. I don't know what the heck I'm doing in there, so I'm just gonna stay away. Then when Dogecoin started to really emerge, and Elon Musk was tweeting about it, I was like, what is this? This seems kind of fun. Let me get my foot in the door. Let me buy some Dogecoin. And I bought some Dogecoin, and that's really where it just started to happen for me because my interests were piqued naturally. And now that I own Dogecoin, I now own crypto. And so if I own crypto, I want to be able to learn more about it so I know what I'm doing with it. And thus it landed me in SafeMoon. So I am relatively new to crypto, but I do an immense amount of research and stuff before I start really investing my own money into things. And so yeah, are you fairly new to crypto? Because you said
I'm new too.
you've owned Doge, right?
Well, yeah, so I got in Doge, and I bought a little bit of Litecoin, and then I wound up getting rid of it, and then I pretty much backed away from crypto, and then I went in on Bitcoin.
Okay.
From a TikTok video of all things. I saw a
Nice.
TikTok video, I thought it was hilarious. And I went in on Bitcoin, and I started learning about Bitcoin and the SafeMoon. And I always make the joke: if you're new to crypto and you're involved in SafeMoon, you're hitting a grand slam from day one. You don't need to
Yeah.
care, and people can do whatever they want. They can buy whatever they want, and that's fine. But going to safe, but I really feel SafeMoon will change everyone's lives, and
I agree.
going and knocking out the park on your for some the first crypto.
Hmm.
That's a good feeling. People keep asking about reverse split. I see you in chat. Okay, we see me and RJ talking. I see you guys. Hi everybody. Reverse split. Joe, say reverse split. Reverse split. Ask about reverse split. RJ reverse split. Someone wants to know the advantages and the disadvantages of reverse split. People are asking just about just general question. I mean, people just want to talk about reverse split. When's it gonna happen? If it's gonna happen. All these questions about reverse split. Everyone's
Yeah.
just going in.
Yeah, I mean, in I believe there was a Papa had also said it in the past with the reverse split. In a stock market, a reverse split isn't necessarily a good thing. So that's why I think a lot of people are taking that energy over to the crypto world. But on the crypto world, a reverse split is actually, you should look at it as a good thing, because we're taking, let me preface, I'm gonna play with make believe numbers here. I don't want to take any true numbers. So let's say we have SafeMoon at 500 trillion circulating supply tokens. When we move over to the blockchain and we have 500 trillion tokens of circulating supply, that doesn't necessarily look good, right? We want to be with the other serious coins out there like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Well, Ethereum doesn't have a supply, but something like Bitcoin and all those other cryptos that have a much lower circulating supply. So in my opinion, it's just more of an aesthetics looking thing. It looks better to have SafeMoon in the billions versus in the trillions. And I know a lot of people are upset about that because they're, if I'm holding millions and now I get bumped down to the hundred thousands, I can understand that. But just know that the circulating supply, I think, really does need to be a little lower. We don't want to go and migrate over to the blockchain and have trillions and trillions of tokens. We want to be in the billions. And the most important thing that I want to touch base on with people is the wallet value will not change. That's all that's important. So if you have $5,000, $50, $100 worth of SafeMoon, you will have that amount at the reverse split.
Yeah, and I think I was talking about Twitter Spaces about this. I think the fear is people are so used to hearing volume and they have their set numbers and
Mm-hmm.
they want to be to their set price point. And what happens is everyone's focusing on volume. But I remember when I first started my channel, the talk wasn't about volume. The talk was about saving to a penny. You buy X amount, figure that out. You move some decimal overs, and that's your amount you get when saving gets a penny. Obviously, without tokenomics and all that stuff, you did it, but you want to see the whole number. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is everyone went from like the value to volume,
Yeah.
and they're both equally important. But
Yeah.
I think everyone was so focused on volume, and now that everyone's so focused on volume, here in reverse split, everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Right.
I have a number set of something else. Now you tell me I got to redo this, I got to reanalyze this, I got to check this out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things will change when a reverse split happens. And it could be something as simple as the numbers obviously squish together, and the values even changing, to something as crazy as people getting out there and doing new math and talking new numbers and figuring out where they want to be. But at the end of the day, the amount you put in, the value you put in is still there. You put
Correct.
$2,000 in, a reverse split doesn't change $2,000. It still has $2,000. That will always stay the same. And I think once people understand that it's $2,000, then everyone can start focusing on, okay, let's get to go with the numbers, where we got to hit.
Correct.
What amount of volume now will I need to get to where I used to be at? And once we make that connection with everyone in the community, I feel like everyone's gonna be fine with it. And as we get new holders in, they're not gonna know about it, so they're gonna be fine with it. So I think the whole idea back and forth of it is something new, something changed. People don't like it. People get upset. People get angry about it, and then people accept it. And not only do people accept it, people look forward to it. And I think with SafeMoon, when this does happen, that's ultimately going to be the end goal with everything.
Yeah, yeah. I can, if I were to play devil's advocate, I definitely understand why some people are not for the reverse split. Like I said, it's because they have a set amount. They see, hey, I'm in the millions and I'm gonna get bumped down to the thousands. Or if I have a billion and I'm gonna get bumped down to the millions. I can understand it 100%. But just know that everything that SafeMoon does is always to make us look better, not only for future projects, but for future investors as well, right?
Absolutely. And not only just future investors, but it makes the numbers and math a lot easier,
For
which I
sure.
love.
For sure.
Anything to make math easier, I am all for it. Let's go. We'll get rid of zeros with reverse split, and we'll simplify a lot of things. That makes me and my buddy RJ over here easier to do videos because it's easier to go. I'm not sure if it this is on camera, but I remember doing some videos, and some videos ago, did I? You heard what I said though? Did you get what I said, everybody? Because I know it's confusing, and I feel bad because like to me it's confusing, but it's hard to bring all those decimal points and all those numbers and do all that math and stuff. And
For
when
sure.
we see this, it's easier. And if it's easy for everyone to understand, it's easier for everyone to talk about. It's easier for everyone to talk about. Everyone will talk about it. So I'm looking forward to the risk split. I want to rip that bandit off as fast as possible so we can get ready to talk about the new numbers and the new math and the new volume, because everyone and get everyone back to thinking about value as well, because value is so important. What you put in is value, and that's insanely important, but people like to forget about that in lieu of the volume for the daily reflections because they want to hit that goal of making that daily reflections. But I
Yeah.
think they're both very important.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just did a quick Google search on how much circulating supply of Bitcoin there is. Bitcoin is at 18 billion, right? And so we don't want to see SafeMoon in the trillions and trillions. We want to be up there with Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin's circulating supply is 18 billion, then that's why they are able to achieve prices of where they are now, right? They went from pennies to $45,000 a coin because of that circulating supply. So people should be excited about it. People should treat it as, okay, we are now lowering our circulating supply with the reverse split so that we can look something and compete something like Bitcoin. The more we burn, we're now in the billions, right? And it's just people just need to treat it that way. It's exciting stuff. People just need to know that their value doesn't change. That's all.
Eric Hamilton in chat said basically SafeMoon to 1 cent is now SafeMoon to $1. Yeah, pretty much. Clip Clop and the little bit. Thank you for the super chat. Clip Clop says, "How are the whales tokenomics keeping the price down? Let's talk real now." Well, the thing is, Clip Clop, that would have been a great conversation to have even a month, 2 months ago when we had way more whales. But as the whales get weaker, and the whales sell off and go away, even the tokenomics that they're receiving is less and less, and that's why I like when whales go away. I like when we get weaker whales, and it's gonna come to the point where we're gonna be seeing the whales. I mean, we'll use our numbers for now, but the obvious numbers will be different in the future. But whales that today are in the trillions, the next whales will be in the billions, and that's gonna go down. And I use my favorite example. If you had 1,000 Bitcoin a long time ago, and you went and you hopped on, let's say, I'm not sure they didn't have Discord, but some way to communicate with other Bitcoin holders. You go, hey everybody, I have 1,000 Bitcoin. They laugh at you. They go, shut up, get out of here. What are you doing? We don't care. Get out of here. But now, if you have 1,000 Bitcoin, you're a whale. And
For
you're
sure.
and people are looking at your wallet and they're going, what are you gonna do? Are you what's going on with that? So I think that mentality of the whales is always going to be there, but the value, especially with SafeMoon, looking from trillions and soon to be billions, they're getting weaker, and the tokenomics they're getting is getting weaker. What do
Man,
you think about
look,
the whales, RJ?
Look, this is why I saw someone in your chat say they are in the millions, and I looked back and I was like, man, I'm dyslexic AF. It is. It's 18 million, bro. They are at the 18,660,000 circulating supply. They are not in the billions, so I apologize for that. I had a dyslexic moment. I apologize. 18 million. They're not even in the billions.
I mean, they're times be a changing.
Yeah.
And for those who are here today, there's someone maybe even in this chat right now, even in this chat or in the comment section if they watch the video afterwards, or in RJ's comment section, listen, there's someone there today right now that is holding a bag, and their bag could be 100 million, and no one's bragging about 100 million. Maybe I could be wrong, but no one's going, hey everybody, I got 100 million safe, let's go, or 50 million safe or whatever. But in the future, people are gonna be like, this is the guy we gotta look at, because this guy now is the future big dog. It's like the
Uh-huh.
guy with 1,000 Bitcoin when he was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's the big dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think as time goes on, we're gonna see people in here, and hopefully I'll still be around in the community. I would love to still create content on YouTube, and I love to definitely do about SafeMoon, to even be one of those, but not only just be one of those, but be able to see other people and go, wow, this guy. I remember this guy in the beginning, and he's here right now. And that 50 million bad day said, Joe, this is all I can do. Now we'll look at him. Now people are going, this is the guy, and this guy can buy whatever he wants, and he has that luxury of
Hmm.
freedom that a lot of people wish they could have.
Exactly. Right now, people aren't complaining if you have one Bitcoin. What one Bitcoin equals 40 something $1,000, right? No one's saying anything about that. Ethereum is what was Ethereum's price at? Let me take a look here. Ethereum is at $3,000 a coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one is complaining about owning 10 Ethereums. No one's complaining
Yeah,
about owning one Bitcoin. And so that's what I'm talking about. It's just a mindset shift. When we do a reverse split and our tokens, aka future coins, start to look something like these real mature cryptos, no one will be complaining. No one will be complaining, especially if the value of the dollar amount doesn't change. Everyone will be happy.
absolutely. SafeMoon is changing lives every single day. I'll tell you right now, me, when SafeMoon Dev came out and made that tweet, was honest when I said, you're changing my life. It changed my life, SafeMoon. It made me go from an everyday average Joe, an everyday average Joe now with a YouTube channel that, and same with you, RJ, I imagine so. Like, you went from like regular everyday average Joe to a
Hmm.
guy now who's on here with YouTube and who's talking about SafeMoon. We have our communities, and and that's what Dev did. That's all he did, but that's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
what he did. And and I do appreciate that about Dev, and I know there's that whole controversy with going on with Dev and whatnot. But I'll say this: listen, I appreciate the work they do. I appreciate the work
Agreed.
anyone in SafeMoon does. And when they leave, I'm gonna go thank you for what you have done. I appreciate it, and step to the side because I'm still on this train, and I can't wait to see where it goes. And we talked about this offline as well, you and me. But like that, I mean, what do you think about the whole SafeMoon Dev situation?
Yeah, the SafeMoon dev situation, if I were to be completely transparent, didn't phase me one bit. Um, when I saw the news and people were on Reddit about it, SafeMoon Dev leaving, SafeMoon Dev's selling off his wallet, it didn't phase me one bit because it doesn't affect, it goes back to that topic conversation you and I were talking about where I'm in here to talk to invest in the project of SafeMoon, right? And whether whoever's in there, whether it's SafeMoon Dev, whether it's Papa, whether it's CEO John Caroni, I'm in it for the project of SafeMoon and the fundamentals of SafeMoon. So as long as that doesn't change, I'm absolutely unfazed by any members leaving because I've gone through it before with my other investments where big hitters leave the company and it doesn't change the core fundamentals of that company. So if I'm looking at and treating SafeMoon as a tech company, someone like SafeMoon Dev leaving and saying and doing all these cryptic messages, I can do without it, right? And so when I saw that he was leaving, I was unfazed. I was like, okay, that's cool, like Ryan Fudhound said, peace, deuces emoji, right? You weren't part of any projects I launched. We haven't seen you since April. I mean, if we're talking about when early in this conversation where we had phase one investors and people coming into the company, SafeMoon Dev was someone that didn't want to evolve with where we are right now, where we are looking for 100% transparency. He still refused to do that. He still wanted to send cryptic messages. And we are now in a new age of SafeMoon, which is crazy to think about because we're still months in. But this version of the community now longs for something like transparency, something like what SafeMoon Hound, aka Ryan, is doing, where he's just fully transparent. And yeah, I mean, I'm unfazed. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the old guard still trying to use old tricks. And once again, like I said, I appreciate definitely creating Safe Moon
Yes, I agree.
and creating all this. But after that, listen, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And when Ryan came in, Ryan's like, I didn't hear about you. I was like, oh my god, Ryan. It's fun how it was like, bro, like I've been working nonstop. I've been improving. I've been doing all this.
Hmm.
I heard about you, but listen, go over there. I'm getting the job done, and I
Yep.
like that. I like both responses. I like the Saban House response of going, I'm doing all the work, and I do appreciate Dev, but Saban House has a great point as far as he's in this and he's working, and he hears about Saban Dev, and it's like that guy. That guy's been doing anything since April, besides going on and adding to cryptic tweets, which I agree the community is just bored and burnt on cryptic tweets, and I think that the biggest problem with those tweets is we never got answers. We only got more tweets afterwards. So they would do a tweet and we would all work our butts off trying to figure it out, and then there was another one that not give us the answer, and we're like, dude, what about the answer? Oh, here's another one. And we're like, okay. After a while, everyone got burnt. Everyone didn't want to hear it, and I think Deb, by doing this, because I think Deb's problem in this situation was communication. There was ways he could have came on and said, "Hey, everybody, listen, I just want to say I'm backing away at SafeMoon Deb. I just want to say I still believe in SafeMoon. I still enjoy SafeMoon, and I support SafeMoon all the time." Something like that, everyone will go, "Thank you. I appreciate you, and thank you for creating SafeMoon, and let's get back to SafeMoon." Like, that's all we wanted to hear. Not this, like, army, you know what to do. No, we don't, because you never told us to do anything. You don't tell us anything. You tweet owls, and we don't want to hear that. We're bored of that. We're sick and tired of the damn owls. I know I am. I want to hear about the straight up stuff. And then when SafeMoon Hunt came in, and he didn't, once again, make us go figure it out. He didn't give us a decoder ring. He said, "Hey, this is what it is." Boom. And I like that. And he's been like that since day one. And everyone slowly is realizing that he is doing this communication that I'm hoping the rest of the team does. It's a straight up communication. If you have something for us, give it to us. If you don't have it, that's fine too. But tell us you're working on it or you're looking into it. And there's don't do this in between. Like, well, we'll see. Like you're working on it. You're not working on it. Please, let's go. And SafeMoon Hound has been just absolutely amazing on it.
I agree, 100%.
So he's Elon Musk, right? Everyone kept saying, "Who could he be?" Elon Musk. I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't even care if he is or isn't Elon Musk. He's someone that is now gone.
Correct.
And what we have here is the foundation of, I think, what something is really important. Listen, RJ, I just want to say, man, thank you so much for coming and doing this live stream with me. We're going almost 2 hours. It's 4 o'clock. I got to start cleaning up. My house is a mess. My wife went out with her sister. Her sister came on to visit, and she wanted to go hang out with her sister. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit around here and get ready to go out myself. And I appreciate everything you do, guys. Once again, click on the link in the description. Please check this guy out, RJ Adonis. A great content. He edits videos, which I will one day do as well.
No, man, listen. I just wanted to say this really quick. I am always super scared to go live because I've always told Brandy, my girlfriend, this all the time. I was like, God dang it, how the heck does SafeMoon Joe go from start to finish, speaking 100% without any stutters or anything like that? And I'm sitting here having to edit myself because I stutter. I have long pauses in between all the time. And I'm like, thank God for editing. And so here, you know, I've always told her all the time, I was like, man, I respect Joe because he can go from start to finish, 0 edits. I mess up all the time when I'm editing my videos or when I'm creating and recording my videos. I sit there sometimes with long pauses, and Brandy's looking at me. She's like, "Are you still recording?" I'm like, "Yeah, hold on." I'm gathering my thoughts. So much respect to you, man. Thank you so much for your time. This was so much freaking fun, honestly. Like I said, this is like a dream come true because I just wanted a platform to talk about SafeMoon, and here you are just kicking it with me talking about SafeMoon, and 2 hours later we just absolutely destroyed time without even knowing it. So thank you so much for this.
Oh, no, seriously, I love it. I love anyone out there. If you're aspiring to be a YouTuber as well, or maybe someone out there is a YouTuber and you're watching, reach out. Let's talk. It's hard. I'm really busy, and I know RJ's really busy, and it was hard to make time to do live streams together with other content creators. But I honestly love talking to other content creators. I honestly love doing a video with other content creators, and I honestly love the community that is SafeMoon. And guys, like I say, if you haven't subscribed to me, make sure to subscribe to me. Hit the like button on this live stream, and definitely check out my buddy RJ Adonis, another phenomenal live streamer. We're going to the top together. This is SafeMoon Joe, and this is RJ Adonis. And I'll see you on the moon.
Bye, guys.